Hi guys, welcome to yet another wonderful session of learning with Prepclass. My name is Tutor Olalikon Israel, your Prepclass English tutor, and I am super excited to have you join me in today's session of learning. Now, in today's session, we will be answering questions from the Jamb English 2013 past question. We will be answering questions 46 to question 50 from the Jamb English 2013 past question. Remember, the purpose of this session is to help you prepare for your forthcoming Jamb examination. So, without wasting much time, kindly subscribe to this channel, turn on the post notification so you can be notified whenever we upload any new content. Alright, let's begin. Now, for questions 46 to 50, there is an instruction here. In each of the questions 46 to 50, choose the option opposite in meaning to the word or phrase in italics. In each of the questions 46 to 50, choose the option opposite in meaning to the word or phrase in italics. Question 46 reads, Chibuzo gave a curt nod and walked away. Chibuzo gave a curt nod and walked away. So which of these options is the opposite in meaning to curt? Curt is the word in italics. Option A, rude. Option B, polite. Option C, shocking. Option D, gentle. So which of these options is opposite in meaning to curt? Now, curt. The definition of curt is a statement, response, or reply that is very short and potentially rude. A statement, response, or reply that is very short and potentially rude. Chibuzo gave a curt nod and walked away. So I guess Chibuzo was scolded, so he just what? He replied rudely with a curt nod. Curt is a statement, response, or reply that is very short and potentially rude. Option A, rude. Rude means to be offensively impolite or bad-mannered. Polite means to be respectful, to be courteous, and well-mannered. It is not shocking. Shocking means to be offensive. It is not gentle. Gentle means having or showing a mild, kind, or tender temperament or character. Now, the answer to this question is option B, polite. Chibuzo gave a curt nod, a rude nod, and walked away. Now, the opposite meaning to curt is polite, which means to be respectful, to be courteous, and to be well-mannered. So the answer is option B. Chibuzo gave a curt nod and walked away. A rude nod. He nodded rudely and walked away. The opposite meaning to curt is polite. If you're not rude, you are polite. Alright, moving on, question 47. Remember we had to select the option opposite in meaning to the word or phrase in italics. Question 47 reads, the girl took a cursory glance at the letter and hid it. The girl took a cursory glance at the letter and hid it. The word in italics here is cursory. So which option is opposite in meaning to cursory? Option A, concise. Option B, brief. Option C, lasting. Option D, sententious. So which of these options is opposite in meaning to cursory? Cursory means to be done hastily and therefore not thorough or detailed. To be done hastily and therefore not thorough or detailed. So the girl took a hasty glance at the letter and hid it. She wasn't thorough. She didn't look at the letter thoroughly. She gave a cursory glance at the letter and hid it. Now, it is not concise. Concise means giving a lot of information clearly and in a few words. To be brief but comprehensive. To be short. It is not brief. Brief means to be of short duration, not lasting for long. The answer is lasting. Lasting means to be done over a period of time. It is not sententious. Sententious means to be self-righteous, to be given to or abounding in excessive moralizing. Sententious means to be self-righteous, to be excessive moralizing. Now, cursory means to be done hastily. To be done hastily. So the girl took a cursory glance. She took a hasty glance at the letter and hid it. She didn't look at the letter for a long time. So the opposite meaning to cursory is lasting. Lasting means to be done over a period of time, not hastily. So the answer is option C. The opposite meaning to cursory is option C, lasting. Right. Moving on, question 48. Remember, we have to select the option opposite in meaning to the word or phrase in italics. Question 48 reads, the relationship between the couple has been frosty. The relationship between the couple has been frosty. The word in italics here is frosty. So option A, cordial. Option B, amenable. Option C, frugal. Option D, fraudulent. So which of these options is opposite in meaning to frosty? The relationship between the couple has been frosty. What does frosty mean? Now, frosty means to be unfriendly, inhospitable, to be cold. The relationship between the couple has been frosty, it has been cold. They've been unfriendly to each other, inhospitable to one another. Now, the opposite in meaning to frosty is cordial. Cordial means to be warm, to be friendly, to be hospitable and welcoming. So, if the relationship is not frosty, it is cordial. It is warm and friendly, hospitable and welcoming. It is not amenable. Amenable means to be open and responsive to suggestion, to be easily persuaded or controlled. It is not frugal. Frugal means sparing or economical, to be sparing or economical as regards money, to be economical. Option D, fraudulent. Fraudulent means obtained, done by or involving deception, especially criminal deception, to be dishonest. Now, the opposite in meaning to frosty is cordial. Remember, frosty means to be unfriendly, to be inhospitable, to be cold. Cordial means to be warm, to be friendly, hospitable, and welcoming. So the answer to this question is option A. The relationship between the couple has been frosty. The opposite in meaning to frosty is cordial. Alright, moving on, question 49. Remember, we have to select the option opposite in meaning to the word in italics. Question 49 reads, the Nobel laureate's activity in the field of science is heinous. The word in italics here is heinous. Option A, laudable. Option B, deplorable. Option C, forgettable. Option D, indelible. So which of these options is the opposite in meaning to heinous? The Nobel laureate's activity in the field of science is heinous. Heinous means to be wicked, to be unspeakable, to be horrible and shameful. So the Nobel laureate's activity in the field of science is shameful, it is wicked, it is horrible, it is unspeakable. Now, the opposite in meaning to heinous is laudable. When something is laudable, it is commendable, it is admirable, something that deserves praise and commendation. Remember, heinous means to be wicked, to be unspeakable. So if it is wicked and unspeakable, if it is horrible and shameful, that means it is not commendable, it is not laudable, it is not admirable. It does not deserve praise and recommendation. So the opposite in meaning to heinous is laudable. It is not deplorable. Deplorable means deserving strong condemnation, to be completely unacceptable, to be disgraceful and shameful. Now, this is synonymous with heinous. It is not forgettable. Forgettable means easily forgotten, especially through being uninteresting or mediocre. It is not indelible. Indelible refers to something that cannot be removed, washed away or erased. The opposite in meaning to heinous is laudable. Heinous means to be shameful, to be wicked and unspeakable. Laudable means to be commendable, to deserve praise and commendation. So the opposite in meaning to heinous is laudable. Moving on to the next question, question 50. Remember, we have to select the option opposite in meaning to the word or phrase in italics. Question 50 reads, the accused was eventually convicted. The accused was eventually convicted. The word in italics here is eventually. So which of these options is the opposite in meaning to eventually? Option A, consequently. Option B, subsequently. Option C, finally. Option D, initially. Now, eventually refers to something that is done in the end. Something that is done in the end after a long delay, especially after a long delay, dispute or series of problems. Now, there is an accused in this sentence. The accused has been going to trial. So eventually, he was convicted. Eventually refers to what? Something that is done in the end, especially after a long delay. Now, it is not consequently. Consequently is used to refer to something that happened as a result of another thing. Consequently is used to refer to something that happened as a result of another thing. as a consequence. It's not subsequently. Subsequently means to happen later or afterwards, after a particular thing has happened. It is not finally. Finally refers to something that happens after a long time. Typically when there has been difficulty or delay. Finally, subsequently, and consequently in a way can be synonyms for eventually. The answer is initially. Initially means to be done at first, not later. Remember, eventually refers to something that is done in the end, especially after a long delay. It is done later. But initially means to be done at first, not later. So the opposite meaning to eventually is initially. And with that, we've come to the end of this wonderful session. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. If you enjoyed this video, click on the like button. Do not forget to drop your questions in the comment section. Also, share this content with your friends and loved ones. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.